Hello.
Hello. Hi, Swati.
Yes, good evening, Parth. How are you?
All good, all good. I will just turn on the camera.
Settling down?
Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah.
All
It's
right.
good to go. Hello.
Are you feeling? How were your meetings? And they've been super duper busy.
Good, good, good. Yeah, it's actually financial year closure, right? Which
I
is
see.
going on. So there are a lot of sheets and ledgers that needs to be completed.
Sheets and ledgers that need to be completed.
Need to be completed.
I
Okay.
see. I see. And I see everybody
Yes.
who's working in somewhat corporate related fields, even all of my friends, they're under so much pressure. I'm like, I feel bad for you guys. What are you going through?
So yeah, year closures are mostly like for any entrepreneur. These are the time when you are trying to, cut down all your taxes and tax liabilities and whatever taxation is there. Because usually whatever is on the books or whatever is on the statements, like the invoicing and all, is not the kind of money you are having it in your bank account.
Yes.
So yeah, so you have to find ways to cut down your liabilities, tax liabilities as much as possible, and show all your expenses and whatever you have done throughout the year.
Okay.
So
While you were mentioning this, it reminds me of something that my brother told me that if you are in a business, even when you buy a car, you can sign it as a business expense and you get a lot of
yes,
discounts. Is it true?
yes, there is a taxation discount in that.
Hmm.
There is a taxation discount in that. That definitely is there. But yeah, for me, even for that also, you need to have a good ledger and a good what do we say? The company bank balance sheet should be very strong.
Okay.
So for me, I also wanted to purchase it on my company name, but yeah, at that time it was not something which was very huge. So I had to wait for the then I had to purchase it on my personal finances.
I see. So you could
So
not sign it off as a business expense.
business. So earlier it used to be like you could have claimed GST as well for that, but now it's more like you get tax relaxation in that, where as in it is distributed among multiple years. I believe approximately 5 years, where every time because it car being a depreciating asset, so every year you can claim certain percentage of it in tax benefits.
I see.
That is one thing which
I think there
yes.
are a lot of benefits of it, but yes, it's not that easy of just plucking the apple. You have to put in a lot of effort, maintain these ledgers and
Yes,
balance sheets.
yes. That's the problem. Na? You as a owner, you might be doing many expenses on your card or some expenses which you might not keep a track of. So mostly it's like for those expenses which they can't match it on the tally and they want to have you mention the note for those expenses, like what it was used for, so that they could put it in their while creating that balance sheet, they can mention it and count it in the overall balance sheet and then come up with the complete taxation.
I don't know how CAs do their job then, because this just sounds,
That is very so for me also when I see like too much of numbers, too much of like those tally and all those things. Na, earlier, lastly, where I was not getting into these finances and all those things because this is one thing which I always stay away from, just because it consumes your head brain a lot. And then you have to see every statement and you have to match every statement with every invoice. And then you have to make sure that you remember all those purchases you have done. And in case you miss out any invoice, then you have to think about it like, where have I spent this money on? But what was the thing I spent this money on? So, yeah. And then coming up with, because commerce is not that easy now, I think. Like, people with coming up and then showing that we used to do that RHS equal to LHS, right? In
yes,
math.
yes.
So they also have to do that, right? Whatever is the inward, the outward should be matching, and the equivalent of it should be exactly what you are getting in hand.
I see. I know. But I am sure that the satisfaction that we got when LHS was equal to RHS, I'm sure
To
they got
RHS,
more.
yes, definitely. While filling up their tallies, they must be getting it.
Yes.
Yes, now this tally look good.
Now that you have brought it up, it brings another thought in my head that it's such a global, or at least this national Indian phenomena, where math science was hyped as this tough intellectual subject and was degraded, that it's the easy subject, average or below average
But
students.
eventually, commerce is also numbers, right? In
Yes.
maths, it was much more in depth, which you can't relate to day-to-day life until and unless you are not into research work.
Yes.
Uh, but for commerce, I believe they are also doing those all. They are doing that unitary mathematics, I will say, like
Hmm.
which is always there, which we have been taught in fifth, sixth class, like, and which is the basic mathematics which comes in handy in your day-to-day life, right? That
Hmm.
a plus b should equal to ab. So
Hmm.
that is the basic mathematics that is there in commerce as well. And then I don't think they need to have those huge formulas and all, but still they are doing maths.
I see, and it's far from truth to call any subject easy or tough. I think it
No,
depends on the person.
it's not. But yeah, we used to think like commerce with arts, how much sense would it make, right? But I don't know what those people will be doing right now. But
What
commerce,
do you mean? What are they
co-
doing right now?
but commerce with arts used to be like that. Used to be looked down at,
Uh,
right?
look down upon.
In looked down upon, yeah.
Mhm.
So now I feel like even if those people, though, if they might be going for CA or CS kind of a courses, so it depends from person to person. Because eventually, if they are going for these high aptitude courses like chartered accountant and company secretary, these courses require high aptitude.
So, are you implying that they do not have high aptitude?
They do have, that's why they are going for CA and CS. But
Okay.
being in, if I look back now and see the mindset we used to have in the school time, it was mostly that we were finding easy way out, right?
Mm.
In 9, 10th, 11, 12. So being kid, it was easy to say like, yeah, it's not the maths was something which everyone used to be afraid of.
Yes.
There only a few I have seen. I have seen my wife loving it, but yeah, rest apart from her, I haven't seen people loving it. But yeah, she also never utilized it that much. But she used to like it.
In her job, what does she do?
No, she is also into digital only.
Oh, okay, you guys are in the same
Yeah.
field.
So
But
same
she's
field,
working
same
for
field.
another company. She's not working with you.
Yes. No.
Why is that?
So this is kind of my thumb rule
Okay, not
that
working
we
with
should not
family.
work. Yes. So again, the same thing. Because eventually, if someone is dominating within the relationship, the company will go in that direction.
Okay, so you've seen a pattern that couple
I
businesses
have
do not
s-
work.
no, there could be exceptions, like Mama Earth could be an
Okay.
exception,
Mm-hmm.
right? There could be few exceptions where
Mm-hmm.
husbands do join in their wife in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have seen that it's not a great combination. People call it power couple, entrepreneurship and entrepreneur ecosystem. This is a power couple. I can tell you from outside, they must be fighting over it day in, day out. You have multiple things already in your
To
life, and
fight
then
about.
you
Agree.
fight about, and then you get business into it. And then again, see, someone will be shadowing someone. That is for true.
Yes, definitely.
And yes, that does come into play. So these kind of people are out there. So for me as well, we have been studying together. We have been together in school. We started our career together. Now that clashes could be
Mhm.
on the same level, right? So no one is dominating anyone. So eventually things could not go anywhere as well because we both not coming into sync or not coming to the same, not being on the same page.
Hmm. Okay. It could be a power dynamic thing.
Power you it will come into play no matter what, how good a husband or wife are, how good, how loving they portray themselves on LinkedIn or Instagram.
Okay.
Deep inside they are like this only.
I see. I can't vouch for couples, but I can tell you for friends and sisters for sure that if there's a lot of understanding, they usually don't face this power dynamic because they are ready to let go of charge. I mean, maybe I'm just putting myself in that place. So if my sister is
Okay,
planning something, I know that she's good at it, so I'll take a back seat there.
so that
Maybe.
is good, na? Those could be the exceptions in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those people where someone is okay to push along
Mm-hmm.
the lines that you do this, I do this, and we take charge of things.
Okay, yes.
That one person has to be mellowed down, that
Mm-hmm.
he is, then it's okay. But yeah, other than that, I don't think then it's possible in any way.
Okay. I see. That's an interesting insight.
There have been case studies coming out, the
What?
case studies are coming out for Gen Z workforce.
What?
Like the majority are not the kind of people who can be hired. The majority is such.
Okay. I see.
I will share any day if I get across. There have been multiple articles rotating on internet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are not teachable.
Mm-hmm.
They are not ethical. They are not respectable. They are not respecting the people in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
You can't demand much from them,
Mm-hmm.
and their expectation is very high. They want to be next Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk within the next couple of years.
Mm. I see.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. It could be a
So,
possibility. And this has been a
no, this is
shared
not a possibility.
experience.
These are articles.
Sure.
These are
Do
articles,
you know
and I
how
will definitely.
articles echo chamber? Do you remember?
But I can understand. Echo chamber could be for the things where it's it's benefiting anyone, right? When you make an echo chamber of any news, it should
Sure.
benefit. So if I make an echo chamber for politics or for BJP or Congress, and then I make an echo chamber for Hindu Muslim, then
Mm-hmm.
definitely it's benefiting someone at the end.
I'll tell you the
But
research
make
studies that I came across. Okay.
okay, okay,
So, the content that you're getting the case studies. I'm getting the research studies where they're being very specific that till now, the generations they've suffered for a lot of their initial needs, were very prominent and important needs which have been missing, which Gen Z did not miss. Gen Z got a
yes,
lot of
yes,
things served on their
everything,
plate.
everything.
Exactly.
Yes.
So now they want to take it a level higher. So when people were ready to work 16 hours without taking a breath, that's not the same
Mhm.
work culture that Gen Z wants to carry.
Okay,
Isn't that
okay.
progressive? Isn't that progressive? You tell me.
That's not progressive, end of the day. How do you find it progressive? If a workforce we are talking about, which we believe, like which will take us ahead,
Mhm.
and we will compete with the, what we say, the top five developed nations.
Sure.
And now we are talking about a workforce who don't want to work more
Mm.
than 9 hours or 8 hours, or they don't even want to work for 5 days a week. They will, this is the generation who wants 4 days a week.
Mm.
So, with such kind of a workforce, do you think as a country you will be going anywhere in the coming years?
I think we can. I have a lot of belief in my fellow community. So I think we got this. We've seen a lot of progress, and I think if we undermine all the progress,
Like,
for sure, for sure. If you would have researched about the new up and coming businesses, we have a lot of Gen Z millionaires and multi-millionaires, especially during the pandemic. There was a rise. A lot of people gotten into businesses that was seen.
Zepto is one. Influencers. You can talk about influencer count going from 10 lakh to 40 lakh. after the post-COVID era,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, that
Yes.
is one thing. But do you think that money is that easy to make if you take certain few exceptions and prodigies out of these millionaires and billionaires?
That's what I'm talking
If,
about. When you pick Gen
yes,
Z who are not
yes.
work
So
specific.
Gen Z's, I will tell you, like bringing quick commerce into picture. This was a Gen Z idea, right?
Okay.
Quick commerce is totally. Zepto got into it first, and then quick commerce is a thing. But I was discussing this with you, right? Or someone else, where I told like this was the statement when Zepto started and this quick commerce concept became a reality,
Hmm.
that it was a problem, it was a solution looking for a problem.
I did not quite catch
Quick,
you.
quick commerce as a category, as a vertical is that when it started, it was not required actually, if you see. It's making the current generation and everything so lazy and everything. The quick commerce vertical specifically is making it's hitting the economy as well. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The chota kirana shop, businesses are getting closed just because of this
Mm-hmm.
quick commerce thing. And it is a possibility that Amazon could also, down the line, they will also fight for their survival, or the Flipkart or Amazon and all these e-commerce platforms,
Probably, yeah.
because that is the way. But was it required? No, it was not required. It was an ecosystem that was created,
Okay.
and it was a solution which was looking for a problem. So this was not a problem statement anyway back then, or any till date as well, because everyone had their own local kirana shop nearby them, and they were getting their groceries and everything.
Hmm. That's one way to look at it.
Yes. Yes. So now, if you go at economy level, so you see that there are more than a lakh kind of a kirana shop that has been closed after these Zepto, Blinkit, all getting into the quick commerce. So
Mm-hmm.
the small businesses are getting hit.
I see. I
They
see.
are closing.
It just echoes the concept that how a lot of people lost jobs once computers came in, as AI is
Yes.
stepping in. It
AI is taking over
down the
jobs.
similar line. I
Yes.
see.
But this is like AI and tech. It comes into the middle and upper middle class kind of a thing, right?
Hmm.
Where but when we talk about the kirana shops, these
Yes.
come into lower middle and lower class segments as
Hmm.
well, which carries it. So then you are directly hitting the what do we say? You are directly hitting not audience. You these businesses have hit the population, which for them the sole for them these were the basic earnings or the livelihood for them
I
that
see.
way.
I see. That's
Yes.
another way to look at it. But again, when we say this, then we miss out on everything great that it has done.
So still I haven't heard anything great right now.
Okay, I think you're being very one-dimensional about this entire thing.
Okay.
You're
But
ready to.
okay, done. Quick commerce is one good idea plus
Okay,
bad idea. I agree with it. Okay.
okay. And you want
What
to know
what
what else this generation has
yes.
done, which you will feel has been a positive response. I feel like I should have prepared notes for this debate. I feel a bit caught too. But okay.
This is going in a good right direction. Yeah, let's do
For
it.
you, I'm sure for you it's going really well. Let me think. So,
Well,
as I was just mentioning, that so many people have gotten into businesses, and since I follow a lot of businesses, especially which are homegrown businesses, I know you're
yes,
looking at
definitely.
one side of it where these
Definitely.
certain shops have shut down, and I see it. But that doesn't mean that they can't build new fortunes for themselves through the millions of ways out there. I know change is difficult, but it is a must. You know it better than
Yes,
anybody else. You made
yes.
the biggest changes in your life.
It's real life. Oh my God. So you have me here, huh?
Chill.
With this
I think
with this
that's
state.
the cheapest trick you can use in any form of
Yes,
debate.
yes.
Just
Yeah,
make it
that is good, I
personal.
will say.
My bad, but I was losing points there, so I had to go.
No worries. I agree with you. Yeah, there will be things which will be, but yeah, overall perspective is like that. Yeah, and I have had my fair share of experiences with Gen Zs, and that's why I can say it, right? I
I
definitely
agree.
can say it. Yes, because it's not a reliable workforce you can build.
I believe
They
that.
are not. They are not reliable. Yeah. They are not reliable. This will go to my grave.
Okay, I'll die on that stone or I'll
I
die
will
on
die.
that hill. Oh, that's a nice phrase.
I
That
will.
I'll die on that hill.
I will.
So whenever you are very certain about something and you want to say that I firmly believe it, so I'll die on that hill.
I used this one thing recently.
Hmm?
You mentioned it. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Ah, you used it. Nice.
Hmm. It hit me. I was talking to someone and then it hit me. It's not my business and it's not my. So then I was not able to recall it. And then
Uh,
I did Claude and I asked Claude, what are the best phrases? And this phrase came up. And there was one more phrase. I don't have my dog in that fight.
oh, it is like a similar tone. Is it the same undertone?
Similar. I don't have a dog in that fight.
Okay. Okay, I haven't heard
So
it quite as much, but it makes sense.
yeah.
I see.
So
Well, I
these two.
understand in your personal experience it has been horrible. And who am I to say? I just see a couple of my friends and I see them as hardworking, but that doesn't generalize the generation. Just like
Yes.
your experience doesn't generalize the
There's a general right general. Oh
We'll
my
try
God.
that again.
Yeah, my
Candid.
experience also doesn't generalize the
Perfect.
complete generation.
Yes. So yeah, I
Yes.
think we have reached a middle
But
ground.
yeah, somewhere down the line, we have generalized all the generation, right? We said a baby boomer generation. Then we said like our parents and all. When
That's
the
Gen X
population when the yeah our like grandparents where the population started to explode,
boomers.
baby boomers kind of. So
Baby
there is this
boomers
word
would
for
be.
them. It's young, so like they contributed to the population, right?
Yes. I see. And that's the thing about stereotypes, they don't stand true. For example, for millennials, there must be some stereotypes that you might not
Like
agree
what,
with.
like what? I want to listen.
Okay. For millennials, the most common stereotype that I've heard is that they are quite emotional. That's what I've heard.
That's true as well. Yeah,
Yeah, you support that. Let me think of something negative
that's
that I've heard about millennials. Yeah, they are quite
yeah.
judgmental. They're not as open as the newer generations. I think that's
Better
also
than our
true.
better than our previous ones. But yeah, not that good as the Gen Zs. But yeah, we are judgmental.
Yes, I'm glad you're
That's true,
open.
and we everyone should agree to it because deep down we are coming out of a society we are coming out as a society who has been having so many stereotypes and you see like so many cultures and out of those cultures there have been so many stereotypes.
I see. The only issue with stereotype comes when there are some implied negativities or someone has to suffer the consequences because of stereotypes.
The
Otherwise, it
stereotype,
shouldn't be bad.
the person has to change. That is my thinking.
Hmm.
Like you can't show your roots when you are in corporate or somewhere you are working.
Okay. A unique take. I'll tell you that.
Unique take, right? Unique take.
Yes.
Because yeah, not a unique take, I will tell you why. And there is one more thought stuck in my head since I was having this when I was into the software line and I was doing soft automation testing. So there we used to, I was in a 6 months of probation period and we were having all those, we were going through a internship for 6 months.
Yes.
And in that, we had a VP in that company. So he took one session with us, and he said this statement. That now when you are here, your accent shouldn't tell which place you come from.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
which was like it was a personality development kind of a session which was going on.
Isn't it
And
more
now
about less of tolerance? Doesn't it remind you of what's happening in US? That instead of saying that, can you pass me the water bottle, you'll have to say, can you pass me the water bottle? Because if you sound like an Indian, you'll have to go through a series of judgments. I don't know. I think today is a day of debates.
but yes,
We
yeah,
can't
but yeah,
win
this is
today.
also you have a good point here. You have a good point here, which made me think. But
Yes.
yeah, this is a good point. Yeah, definitely it can.
I know today is the opposite day. I'm just going opposite. It happens. All
Yes,
right, but I will wrap
yes.
it up for you here. Overall, good,
Okay.
but in the beginning, I noticed something which had disappeared from your speech, which was you know. So I don't know why, but it has popped up again. So please notice that in your conversations, you
Oh,
shouldn't.
yes,
Yes, so
yes.
it's almost like a virus that you forgot about, but we still have to
Forgot
remember.
about it.
Yes, no, you know. Other than that, it's good. Remember that phrase, I'll die on that hill?
I die on that.
Yes, and you can use it after any strong statement. For example, if I say that, you laugh at it, but let's say that Swift is the best lyricist of this century, and I'll die on that hill. So that's a strong statement. And when I want to say that I agree with it,
I
that's
don't want to sound judgmental. Yeah,
sure.
it's okay.
That's so millennial. Another phrase with it is that when you don't want to argue with anybody, along with that, it has a bit rude undertone, so I wouldn't recommend using it. But just for knowledge,
But definitely share with me.
then I'll definitely share with you. Argue with the wall. Sorry, I typed with twice.
I won't argue with the world.
Incorrect use. For example, the same way you can say, let's say Arijit Singh is the best singer of this century, argue with the wall. So I'll say the sentence and I'm saying argue with
And
the wall.
then add it.
Yes, it
Okay,
means if
okay.
you disagree. So then I don't want to talk about it, argue with the wall. That's it. Rude undertones, so I wouldn't recommend
That's so
it.
Gen Z kind of a phrase, huh?
It's not Gen Z. It's one of the oldest phrases I know.
Okay. But
Yeah,
I want some better
judgment
one.
is just
I
dripping off
want
of you.
judgments, right? Yeah, I'm so sorry for it.
No, no, that's
But
a
I can't help.
character. Yeah.
Yes, I want more phrases for this argue with the wall. So
Uh,
argue with the wall seems like a odd word to me because I have to stay complete and then it's me who is doing. But if I want to say the other person,
no, you will not argue with the wall. You're telling them to argue with the wall. That if you have a problem
but
with it,
I already laid down my perspective and then I said argue with the wall. I
okay.
said my statement and then I said argue with the wall, right?
So without telling the statement, how will you present your side?
So no, I am telling that Arijit Singh is the best singer of this century, and then I'm telling now I don't want to listen anything, and you can argue with the word. That is how it is.
Or you can change it a bit. You can say he's the best
And
singer.
if I want to say the other person who is being very adamant, I want to give such kind of a statement to for him.
How do you want to use it? I'm not able to grasp it. You can tell them
Mhm.
that argue with the wall in any case. Oh, what's in your hand? I keep wondering.
Okay, so
Oh, it's
breathe.
supposed.
It's like lung capacity to increase your lung capacity.
Oh, so it's like a breathing exercise tool. Do
Yes.
we have a name for it, or that's what I have to call it?
No, there is one name for it. I don't. So this is. I can give my own name. I believe. I don't remember the exact name.
Yeah, for sure.
Lung
Breathing
exercises.
exercise tool. Yeah, learning exercise tool.
Yes.
We're building names.
Lung-
Where's the award?
Yes.
But yes, I want you to just quickly tell me
So
how
for
you.
I am arguing with some person sitting
Hmm,
right this opposite to me, and then he is being very adamant
hmm.
and acting like a wall. So what can I say a phrase for him?
You can't call him a wall.
No, I can't. You are not getting it. I will tell you again. I will try to rephrase it. If
Hmm.
I'm arguing with someone and he is not trying to understand,
Hmm.
So what kind of phrases I can say to him?
Okay, I see your point. The one that I used in this session for you, you can use that one. So when someone is
Okay.
not trying to understand your perspective, you say that stop being so one-dimensional.
Oh yeah,
Today is like
that has been
I'm
used
releasing
for
all
me.
mean phrases. Please don't use it if you don't.
Stop being so one dimension. Yeah, this is
It
nice.
is one of the biggest criticisms you can give to people when you don't like someone. You can just say that "Oh,
Uh,
she's one dimensional. I would rather not have a conversation with her."
and
So
now this hurts me when you
I did not
stated
mean
it.
it in that way. We were talking about a particular
But yeah,
situation.
yeah.
I'm so
And you
sorry. I did
passed
not
it.
mean to
You
be
passed
rude.
it in a so you pass your phrases in a so polite manner that
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what
also
my
good.
family tells me to.
Yes.
So, because I
But
don't
yeah,
intend
stop
it
being
with a rude intention, that's why it doesn't sound wrong. All of
right.
these phrases, if
Yes.
you say it a bit rudely, it would sound wrong.
Uh,
So, yeah, one is stop being so one
stop
dimensional.
being so one dimensional.
There was one more thing that I can't recall. It was something about see through.
See
Mm,
through, you have already told me. So
what?
that I just see through him, and I was like,
Yes,
when you
when you're
don't
able
want
to
to
read a
see.
person well.
Yeah. So
What else?
you gave me two explanations for this. You gave
Yes.
me two meanings for see through.
Hmm.
One was that if I can read the other person and I can understand everything, that is also see through.
Hmm.
And when I am not visible, I am invisible to a person sitting right across on the if they don't want to see me,
Exactly. So they saw right through me.
they saw right through me,
Or they look right through me because saw
right
is
through me.
more in depth, look is just physically looking.
Uh,
Good idea. But
but
yeah,
that
I
is
think when there are debates, there are more meany words that come up. But yes,
right.
that's it for the session. Just remember the you know thing.
Okay,
Rest it was all good.
you know.
Have a pleasant and a lovely night. Take care. Bye bye.
Same to you. Bye bye. Bye.